success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edwards Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxers on Saturday, November 9th with Vertex at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now's the perfect time to go with Nebraska football on a bye week. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as painting and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Nebco. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome in. It is On the Block on a Thursday. Pretty special Thursday. Halloween, Reformation Day, whatever it is you want to call it. It's a special day because we got Rico sitting in the middle here. Strick on the end, Rico in the middle. Austin here, Ellie on the board as always on Thursday, brought to you by Nebco. We'll get into why we have Rico here in just a sec. Again, big thanks to Nebco for sponsoring the show. Check them out at nebcoinc.com if you're looking to start your new career today. 402-464-5685. Text line, do we pile on Rico in the pain and sadness, or do we take it easy on him? That's what the question is before us. Before we get into that, Stricky, what was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid? What'd you go as?
I haven't really been as a kid. I wasn't really into it that way. So I would try to simplify it as much as possible. You know, like I'd throw a sheet on and maybe cut some eyes out and be Casper the Ghost or something. And,
so you were a boring kid.
Yeah, I was a boring kid like that. Or I just go out as myself and throw on a jersey and act like I was a football player or something like that. I should have wore mine today. I forgot. So today I'm a ticket host. How about that?
There you go.
Hey,
I brought another one. Do you want it?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it going to fit? I'm
I say
kind
Strick
of
fits into
diesel.
one of your jerseys.
Yeah.
Kind of diesel.
We'll check.
But probably the one that I dressed up most for is I ended up going out and I got like a fedora hat. Where am I going?
Indiana Jones?
No. I got
As a journalist.
I got a sweatshirt that was orange and green.
Where are you going with this?
I had like a mask on that had, you know, like I'd been through the fire and the flood.
Okay, well, it wasn't orange and green. I know where you're going with it now, but his jacket wasn't orange and green.
It was
red and green.
Red. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know where
red.
you're going now. You had knives on one hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Freddie. Okay.
Yeah. I went as Freddy. That was
The,
probably the one that I
orange
was
threw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part.
Okay. Big Freddy
Nice.
Krueger guy?
I kind of
You
listen.
mess with Freddie?
I mess with Freddy because Freddy to me.
Freddie was wild.
If you're talking, yes,
Freddie was wild.
Freddy would clown you before he killed you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go down the table. Top 3 Halloween movies. Go.
Friday the 13th. Michael Myers and Freddy.
Rico.
So I'm
Not in that order though.
Yeah, I'm not like huge on like horror movies. So like the best Halloween movie for me is oh my gosh, I just forgot every Halloween movie that I've ever watched.
Yeah, you should be on air, Rico.
I just forgot.
like,
It's been a
okay.
minute. I just
Ellie,
forgot
go.
every
What Rico
Halloween movie.
thinks.
Hocus Pocus,
There it is.
Nightmare Before Christmas, and Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Oh my.
Okay.
I
Casper?
don't watch horror movies enough, even though I want to.
Okay.
Even though you want to.
Nobody will watch them with me.
Why don't you watch them
Then
on your
solo
own?
dolo.
Why- It's psychotic to watch a horror film.
All
on
you
your
have to
own.
do
That
is
is
start
kinda
by
crazy.
going and watch Michael Jackson, the full version Thriller,
That's
Love
that's
that.
a horror movie all on
on
its own.
itself.
Yeah.
All right, Rico, need
Yeah,
your 3.
Hocus Pocus is number 1 for me. I don't know why I couldn't remember Hocus Pocus. The second one is okay. My kids really like the second one. I'm whatever. They also think that Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie. It's not. But every time we see it, they go, Dad, it's your favorite movie. We started watching it the other day. We got to the part when they like first introduced Oogie Boogie, and KJ was not having it. So I was like, yeah, we should probably stop because it's not even scary yet. Like, it's a weird movie. It wasn't
Yeah.
even scary yet.
Coraline. is a creepy movie.
Honestly, I can't think of any like Halloween movies that I watch.
What
'cause
are
I'm
the
not
kids
big
for
on-
Halloween?
Ellie is Isabella from Encanto,
Okay.
and KJ is going to be Leonardo, the Ninja Turtle, because he wanted to be Leonardo. I'm like, really? You want to be the leader? You want to be the blue one?
What he did
That's
today.
boring. Oh, KJ.
This is incredible.
KJ's wild, dude. So it's dress up day at daycare, right? So he's Michelangelo today.
There's Leonardo.
He's Leonardo for Halloween, but today we didn't want him to get his
Actual
costume dirty.
Okay.
So he's Michelangelo. He has multiple Ninja Turtle things. He's Michelangelo, so he's the orange one, the one with the nunchucks, right? So we're getting ready to go. We're getting everybody in their backpacks, everything, and KJ has his backpack, and usually he puts some toys in it. I'm like, whatever, as long as you leave it on your hook, you don't play with it. Well, we're getting in the car, and Rachel grabs his bag, and she goes, buddy, this is kind of heavy. Like, what do you have in here? He goes, just some toys. And she's like, okay. So she unzips it. And I'm in the front seat because she's putting KJ in the car. And I look back and she pulls out the sword. And she pulls out some nunchucks. And she pulls out the staff. And she pulls out some ninja stars. And she's like, KJ, you can't take these to daycare. And he just sit there. He's like, he's just laughing. And I'm like, KJ, are you ready for war? Like, what are we doing? What have the kids at daycare done to you? He's just like, I just want to I want to show my sword and my stars. Like, no, buddy, we can't take swords and ninja stars to daycare. He's like, oh, I just want to take one ninja star. I'm like, no ninja stars, buddy. We're not doing that. Rachel goes, oh, way to make me the bad parent for having to take all the toys out. And I go, you're right. I would have left it. I would have been like, all right, let's go.
KJ doesn't strike me as the guy that would swing first. He strikes me as the kid that would bring the toys to prevent stuff. He's going to bring the toys to send a message. Look what I can do. Look what I got. You don't want to mess.
No, Kate's a menace.
He's swinging first?
Kate is the smallest kid in his class, and he's ready to scrap.
Okay.
You drop him a hat. He's ready to go. KJ is about that action. I don't know why. Dude, he's crazy.
Get that from his dad?
No. I'm not always about that action. Sometimes
did he get his Yankees fandom from his dad?
We're working on it. Me and Rachel have like this deal where I think I get baseball, she gets football, and then she doesn't care about basketball, so I get basketball. So I got the Yankees. She's a Cubs fan, but I got the Yankees. She gets the Chiefs for football, which bleh. And then I get the Knicks. So,
I need the listeners, especially on the text line, 402-464-5685, to let me know if Rico should have come in here dressed like the Juggernaut.
If you would have bought me the costume, I would have done it. But also, you keep saying that. I'm not that big. Like, I can't be the Juggernaut. I can't.
You're big swole. Look at them shoulders.
Do you know, like, the Juggernaut is, like, unstoppable. Once he starts going, like, nothing can stop him. Like, that's his thing. Like,
that's you.
He's
Rico's
jacked.
a sprinter. He's got maybe
helmet.
60 meters.
Yeah, he's got that helmet that, like, it prevents Professor X from getting into his mind, and it also, it's indestructible, so he can just pile through things. Like, the dude just runs forever. Incredible stamina. I don't have that.
That's you, my boy.
I ain't about that life. I'm quick.
Could you not see him as Juggernaut though? For real. 402-464-5685. Shout it out.
You say that like I got a big head. You got a bigger head than me.
Facts.
Speaking of juggernauts, you got the 2-1 seeds in the Major League Baseball World Series. Dodgers win 98 regular season games. Yankees win 94. Strick, it kind of felt like the Dodgers Chiefs their way to this one. The Dodgers down basically their entire starting rotation, piecing it together with the bullpen, but they had one strength. For the Chiefs, that was the defense last year. And, you get Patrick Mahomes on your team. That's never a bad thing. But for the Dodgers, it was that lineup that was so deep. Even with Shohei Ohtani slumping and struggling, the Dodgers had enough in the lineup, 2 through 9 to get it done. But I still don't feel like this was the Dodgers' year to win at all. It felt like more a battle of attrition. Like, yeah, they won the most regular season games and paid a lot of money to put this team together. I'm still surprised they won it. The Padres looked better. The Mets had more going on. Philly looked like the best team in baseball for a while. But at the end of the day, you get the two best teams in each league, and the Dodgers have a nice, tidy, but still pretty competitive 5-game World Series win over the Yankees.
I mean, listen, whenever your premier guy doesn't show up, makes it tough because it doesn't matter what you do in the lineup, where, how you get guys on or whatever the case may be, if you're not able. But that's one thing you talked about is the difference from the beginning to end as far as the Dodgers and where it's sat in the early parts for the Yankees. And, it depends on how the latter half of their lineup would do and was how they're going to have success. You're just surprised. You're just surprised that it just felt like it was their time. It was their moment. And they were able to get it done. Now, to me, it's sad because you wanted to really see a really good, I mean, if you're MLB, you was hoping for a just knockdown, drag out series. You're hoping for that. Okay.
I mean,
you called
for
it
5 games.
Well, he called it. You actually said in 5.
I said Dodgers
6,
in 6.
Yeah, but you said to me, actually, you said you really believe 5, and it ended up.
He just wanted to give me one more game because he's a nice person. No, it's hard for me to sit here and say, well, not really that hard because Shohei, like, not showing up. Yes, he's arguably the best player on the field between both teams, but the Dodgers lineup and the players that they have, it makes it, even if he doesn't show up, okay, you have Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. If one of them doesn't show up, okay, you have Shohei and Freddie Freeman. If Freddie doesn't show up, okay, you have Shohei and Mookie Betts. Like it's tough for me to sit here and say, oh well, Shohei didn't show up. It's they got the scrappy underdog Dodgers got it done. Like no, your lineup is packed from top to bottom. Your pitching rotation, your bullpen is stacked from top to bottom. So even without Shohei showing up, and even with Shohei, no Shohei, and being on with one shoulder, not being able to use his left shoulder. Yeah, his left shoulder.
His right. No, it was his front.
His right. His front. Yeah, because he was holding on. He's holding on to his jersey. Yeah, his front shoulder, not being able to use it. It didn't matter because behind him he had Mookie Betts. Behind him he had Freddie Freeman, who had a masterful World Series and postseason just overall. So even with all of that, congratulations to the Dodgers. They did the damn thing. But you're right. It was more of a war of attrition for them because they didn't. There were certain points during the season where they looked like the best team, but overall during the season they never really took that mantle of this is going to be the team that is going to win the World Series, hands down, not even close.
Stricky, that fifth inning, it's never one inning, it's never one pitch,
but it was.
But the Yankees get up 5-0. Aaron Judge goes deep. Jazz Chisholm goes deep. That's your biggest star in your trade deadline edition. You're feeling good because you have the guy that you paid a bunch of money to in free agency, and people are saying it was the left shoulder. You have your best players coming through until they don't. Innocuous single, Judge drops the liner. Volpe, your young shortstop, throws to third. Probably the right play. Doesn't work out for him. And then maybe the biggest World Series gaffe since Bill Buckner. Stricky, what was going on? Rizzo sits there. Cole takes a bad angle. Just point. What are they doing?
3 errors. 3 errors in an elimination game is tough to overcome, especially when you have a team as you spoke of with the Dodgers being stacked. It's tough to overcome, and then you lose by 1 run, and then just think of how that's going to settle on you in the off season, going into the spring. Are you still going to be there? It's like God, and even how hard it is to get to a World Series, let alone. It's a storied matchup because let's be honest, we all know where the Dodgers started from. I mean, you can go all the way back and track it. You go back to Brooklyn, baby. All right,
damn bums.
So this was a big matchup, and it just didn't show up, man. It just didn't arrive in the time, and then you lose at home the way that you did. It's tough. They played okay.
I gotta just it only went 5 games, but they were 5 really good games. Like regardless of Freddie Freeman's going deep and the Yankees are feeling like they're in holes, like both teams were putting on some shows. Even the Yankees struck out a million times. It seems like they were still getting some timely hits and some nice home runs to keep the games respectable-ish. So
they stayed in striking distance basically the entire time.
They were there the whole time. So it's one of those where it only went 5, but I think that it was a really good 5 games. Would you have wanted 6 or 7? Of course, everybody wants to watch some more, and the MLB, of course, would have loved to have some more baseball, some more money in their pocket from the TV. But it's going to be tough for the Yankees to make it back to this point, because you think about who's all gone. You think about the American League and some of those teams that had to deal with injuries, but then the Yankees are potentially going to lose Juan Soto. They're potentially going to lose Anthony Rizzo. Gleyber Torres is going to be a free agent after this season. I believe Luke Weaver. I think there's 3 relief pitchers in the bullpen that are going to be free agents, and they were all used in the postseason quite regularly. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Yankees do, how much money they want to spend. I mean, priority number 1 is re-signing Juan Soto. I think that has to be priority number 1 for the Yankees, but that's priority number 1 for a lot of teams who would
the
love
Dodgers,
to have,
the Cubs, the Giants, the Phillies,
who would love
the
to
Astros.
have the services of Juan Soto, who is an amazing player at, what's he, 28?
No.
24?
He's 25.
25? 24? He's young 20s. I don't know why I said 28. I don't know what I was thinking of. 24 years old or whatever. Just a massive rising star. You're looking at easily over.
He just turned 26. So,
easily over $700 million for a full contract. Like, it's going to be ridiculous.
See, I don't know if he gets the Shohei $700 million. I think it starts with a 5 at the very least.
Yeah. Well, it would be next man up, but since Shohei does both.
Because he's only 26, he can take a shorter term, higher annual average value deal and hit free agency one more time. Or he can lock in that big number and coast till he's 40. Those are really the options he has.
What would you say, like a 6-year deal? So then he's a free agent at 32?
That's kind of the tail end of his prime, though. If you're going to hit it, you want to hit it about 30. So you got 2, 3.
5 years?
It'd be
4
years.
4 or 5 years?
Tough. But if you're going 4 years, you're not getting $100 million a year.
No, you're not.
So
it's gonna be crazy. The Juan Soto sweepstakes. The Yankees went all in this year. Finally, as we were talking about off the air, Brian Cashman makes some deadline deals and trades for Jazz Chisholm, trades for I can't think of his name, the pitcher relief pitcher they got from the White Sox, something Junior.
Oh, Leiter Jr.
Yeah, Leiter Jr. They get him from the White Sox, and you're going out there and you're
from the Cubs.
From the Cubs.
Yeah,
they got one pitcher from the White Sox. It's whatever. I don't know anybody anymore. I'm a fake fan. But they go out and they make these deals finally after they trade for Juan Soto, and you're thinking, okay, they're going all in to win this World Series, and unfortunately, your biggest star doesn't show up, and you have the 5th inning of death, where he gives up the single. You have the 2 errors. He strikes 2 people out, so you think, okay.
And there's 1 pitch away.
Yeah, you're thinking, okay, you just need one more good pitch. You just get a grounder, just a pop up, a long fly ball, a loud out would even do it. Like, it doesn't matter. Just 1 pitch away from getting out of that inning, giving up, would it have been 1 run?
Yeah, because he missed a spot to Edman on the one that Judge dropped. So a better pitch there. Cole does his job, doesn't even get to Judge. And then I think he's got Mookie defensive. He's got Freddie defensive as well.
Yeah.
Freddie took a couple really bad swings in that at bat.
Yeah.
Trying to do too much.
And then he just misses his spot, and Freddie loops it over. And you could have gotten out of that inning and still had a decent lead, and you're 1 pitch away. And that, honestly, that was where you knew that they were losing the game. But even though they retook the lead later on, they weren't winning that game after that. Judge was out of it. Cole was out of it. They sent him out there one more time. He got 2 more outs, and then they pulled him. And then the bullpen just kind of collapsed after that.
Because, the Yankees retake the lead. You go to the top of the 8th inning, single, walk by Weaver. Or was it Canely before Weaver came in? I think it was...
Canely came in after Weaver.
No, Weaver relieved Canely. We just watched this. Canely was throwing the changeups. He gave up the couple singles. I think Weaver walked the guy.
Yeah, because you said you were going to be upset if he threw anything but changeups.
Gave up hits. Weaver comes in. Lux sack fly. And then ultimately, I don't know how much it matters, but I think it ended up mattering at least a little bit, because on that first sack fly from Gavin Lux, obviously the runner at third tags and scores. The runner on second tags and goes to third on a fly ball to center, but Strick, the trail runner from first, didn't go. Where does that catcher's interference come into play? Well, if the guy's on second, you have a free base for it. But if he moves up to second, guess what? You take the double play out of order. And maybe they intentionally walk Shohei to put him on, but you're probably not intentionally walking a guy with a bum shoulder.
Yeah,
who's finding it hard to swing and struggling.
Yeah.
So you put him on for free, and then you bring up Mookie Betts.
Trouble.
Another sack.
Tough.
Trouble.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Listen.
I blame Aaron Boone.
I still just think it was it was beautiful to see. I would have loved to have seen it go a little bit longer, but it was good to see these guys, match up best against the best. In an MLB, in a time where obviously they want to see some action more so than they have in the past, and then I think they got it, and now we'll see where they go from here.
Dodgers get number 8 for the franchise. The Dodgers trick did what the Lakers haven't done. Dodgers got that bubble championship too when they played it down in Arlington. Lakers haven't been close since. Dodgers have at least found their way back. But even for this organization, since they won the World Series, flame out, flame out, flame out, flame out. Win one less game than the Giants. That year, the Giants were really good. Don't make it to the World Series. Swept out of the NLDS. But this is a team that had its back against the wall against the Padres. So, Strick, I'm going to credit the Dodgers for sticking to it, right? Despite not winning the World Series, despite having maybe some egg on their face from previous seasons, the Dodgers kept going all in, and it paid off for them in a way it hasn't for the Lakers.
Yeah, they did. And the Lakers believe that this is their time again now, and I've got to give them credit for what they have on their roster and what they were able to put together, and was able to remove some things that were probably some heavy weights that another team probably is starting to experience a little bit of that weight now, and in the West, out in the rocky area of the country.
It's funny because they're on the
Utah.
same plan. Win a championship, let Kentavious Caldwell-Pope go, sign Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
They're on the same plan, Stricky. You're onto something.
And who's the? I don't even know his name because that's how irrelevant he is. They signed him to a $30 million deal for 4 years, and he only averages like 5 points a game.
Oh,
Booth has really messed the team up.
Looking at the roster.
it's Christian Braun.
Christian Brown.
No,
Not Brown.
Let's see.
They drafted him in 2020. Let me go.
Is it
Peyton Watson, Hunter Tyson, Julian Strawther,
dude from
Dario
Missouri?
Saric, Michael Porter Jr., Jalen
No.
Pickett, Zeke Naji, DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Jones, Deron Holmes, PJ Hall, Aaron Gordon, Vlatko Konkar, Christian Brown. Here's the reason the Nuggets are
I
losing.
know him.
Here's the reason the Nuggets are losing. Trey Alexander. You drafted a Creighton guy. You shouldn't expect to win anything.
That's wild.
You know, like, let's just be honest about
I never
it.
thought he was. I mean, I can understand because he's a system type of guy.
I really like him.
He's a system guy, but I think that was a little bit too much. I think they stretched on him. But wait, what's his name? They signed him. They might have released him.
Oof.
No. Oh, Zeke Naji.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Now does
Zeke
Zeke
Naji, out of
Naji guy-
Arizona.
Hmm.
They signed him to $30 million 4 years. And he only averaged freaking 5 points a game. And
There's
that's
a
when he was
defensive
only
menace.
scoring. He was only
I
scoring.
don't know if he is.
He was only
He's not.
playing like 7 to 10 minutes, and then he got more minutes and still was getting the same numbers. And that's just, you just can't have that and make that kind of miss. And because you signed him for that, and then they signed, oh gosh, who was the other? There was one other signee that they had, and it was basically the amount that they could have saved in order to take care of Caldwell Pope. They totally missed it. He's the kind. He was that good fit for them, but they paid the wrong way, and Booth blew it.
Who means more to their team, Jamal Murray or Chris Middleton? Neither one's on a good salary number right now.
I would have. I think Middleton's on the slide out.
Well, so
He's
is
been on the
Murray.
slide, but Murray is still young enough that he can recover.
It's been
You know
rough,
what I
though,
mean?
Stricky.
It's been a rough go. I mean, but he showed up when they needed him to, and that sometimes gets you over the hump. We've talked about that many a times where guys show up in a playoff game. I mean, he's been solid for them. He's just not the guy that you need him to be in order to take them. Like, they just did nothing to move in the West, not doing anything where everybody else got. Look at what OKC did.
Yep.
Just look at what even Memphis did.
Sacramento.
So, everybody,
Even Minnesota did something different.
Something.
Yeah.
Everybody in some form or fashion got better, and they didn't. I just don't think they did. I think they overpaid Porter, because Porter is not, for me, he's not a 2.
No. He's 6'10".
No. I'm saying
Not a second banana.
He's not a second.
Gotcha.
He's not a
Yeah.
second banana.
Mhm.
He's not a number 2. He's a good number 3, but the issue now is you've paid him. You've got Gordon coming up.
Yeah.
So
And
you
Gordon's
can't
not
keep
a
him.
2 either, but he's the second most important player.
He's accepted his role.
Yeah.
Like he was the star in Orlando. He went to Denver and he had to figure it out, but he's accepted the fact that he's not going to be the number 1 or the number 2, heck, even the number 3 scoring option, but they're going to need him to defend, rebound, and be there when they need him to be there. And he's totally fine with it. But with that, he's still going to want to get paid. So we're going to see what they're going to do. Like you said, they went up and paid Michael Porter Jr. They're paying Jamal Murray. Even though to me, he's so hit and miss that when he's on, he's, easily their second best player. But when he's off, he's almost a detriment to the team, because it's one of those where, like, I'm not going to stop shooting because at some point this is going to go in. Well, bro, sometimes you need to take a step back and maybe dish the rock a little bit more.
Well, what's interesting
so I
is
like Chris Middleton a little bit more in Milwaukee because even when he's not scoring, I feel like he's doing enough to help Giannis be Giannis in terms of like spacing and being able to defend the other team's potentially best player from time to time.
Well, we're seeing that parity starting to, kick in. A lot of balance is what you're probably going to see. There's going to be a lot of infighting. There's going to be a lot of what it comes down to towards the end in the West, and the East is the least again. It is
as we expected.
The East is great. The Knicks are going to win.
It's just horrible. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was my guy, sleeper.
I took it from you. We're on the same wavelength.
Hey, listen.
They wanted Bronny. They got Bronny. He played in the game. They were chanting, "We want Bronny," and then he got in the game.
He got his first bucket.
Got his first bucket off of his dad's move. Look at the ball, step back, cash.
Nice.
From the
Rico,
corner.
thanks for processing,
gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
The Yankees will not be back
for another 15 years.
Yep,
we'll
it's
see.
fine. Shout out to 2009.
But hey, you might not get Juan Soto back either. So
Nope.
At least you got that going.
At least we have Aaron Judge and his 50 home runs and 25 strikeouts in the postseason.
Enjoy Nestor Cortez.
Love it. That
There you
mustache
go.
is glorious.
Strick, Rico, Austin, Ellie. We'll be back with more on the block in just a sec.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did 0% with roof credit.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see some clouds this morning, give way to sunshine this afternoon. See a high around 56. Tonight, mostly clear with calm winds, and a low around 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy with a high around 62. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as painting and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's most dependable side-by-side, the Mule Pro, built to take on your most demanding days. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of October. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Stop by every Saturday for their Husker tailgate with free food, drinks, and games.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're done piling on Rico. He got it out. I think we were pretty fair, Stricky. We didn't go in on it.
No, we didn't go hard on it. Pause.
We're headed back out to LA, though. Talk some Huskers and UCLA headlines. That is the game coming up here in just a couple of days. Nebraska back home for the first time since Rutgers. They had a bye week and then a couple weeks on the road as well. So coming back home should be good for the Huskers, looking to get win number 6, looking to get bowl eligible. Strick, they will have to do it without one of their single digits. Malcolm Hartzog out for an indeterminate period of time. Matt Rule said he will not play on Saturday. And with Tommy Hill's availability also in question, freshman Jeremiah Charles, stage is yours.
I told you about
Hartzog.
Tommy
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that I'm telling you that it'll be a week or two and it'll be good and you'll think you're all good. But boy, after you done worked it and you wake up that next morning and you try to stand on it, you about collapse because it's so painful. Like it's just one of those things. And it's unfortunate. That's what's going to happen throughout the year. And like I said, there's better technology now for him, but it's going to take time. It's going to take weeks of just not being on that thing and having it in a boot where it's flexed a certain
Mhm.
way to keep that thing stretched. And you got to break up that tissue, and it's a lot of work, man. But to lose both of them in a critical stage in your secondary,
Yeah.
my question then becomes, do you believe that they have the depth necessary at the position to maintain throughout the rest of the season? That was the area I think I would say was the area of least depth for me. I thought the linebacker position, out of the 3-3-5, meaning like the position that Linhart plays, Bader plays, Sherman plays. I thought that was a deep position where I thought the defensive line was okay. I mean, guys that can literally come in. I just thought that if you start losing guys in the secondary,
it's getting thin at corner. Safety, we'll see. But I think at corner, with Tommy Hill out as long as he's been, Bly Hill hasn't made the impact he wanted out of the transfer portal after coming off the injury suffered in the spring game, right? Still really waiting to see him in any meaningful way. You're down those two guys. Those are your two starting corners. So now you're on to your backups, right? Marquise Buford has been working at corner. Guys, I think you and I both agree is probably better and more consistent at safety. You move Malcolm Hartzog to corner last week when you said nope, we're keeping him at safety just because you need bodies. Sierra Wright's been a revelation. So I think if you got down to, Sierra Wright has to play this year, you're okay with it because you have a guy on the other side that you feel good about. But with Buford in and out, now moving back to safety, with Hartzog making the move to corner last week, with Hartzog out, you're down your top two corners. You're already on a backup, obviously. Now you're starting to say, I'm not sure. Jeremiah Charles has played in every game. He's got 5 tackles and a pass broken up. I'm not sold, Strick. We know the athletic traits. We know the athletic ability, but he's young. He's raw. This is a guy that switched from wide receiver to corner very recently. He's still learning the nuances of the position. And I think that this defense, veteran as it is one that you would think would be able to cover for a loss like that, right? Because it's guys that know how to do their job. They know what the other guy's job is. But this is where it's going to be, I think, a really fascinating chess match between Tony White, the Nebraska defensive coordinator, and Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator for UCLA. Who blinks first? Does Eric Bieniemy go at Jeremiah Charles early? And does Tony White rotate a guy over to help? Does he shade to Jeremiah Charles' side to take some responsibility off his plate? Or does Tony White say, if you want to beat us by going at Jeremiah Charles all day, go for it. But we're going to crank up the pressure. We're going to get in Ethan Garber's face and make sure that he doesn't even have a chance to pick on Jeremiah Charles.
I think you got to do that. I think you've got to play pressure, maybe some zone blitzing, and maybe some zone actions. Because, I wouldn't mind playing him short field blitz with him playing corner, because at least you got sideline. Like, if you're a new cornerback to the position, it's easier to inside leverage, get hands, jam, turn hips, run, and respond to DB. Stop in, out, just stay inside on the hip to keep him from running any type of in route, and force the quarterback to dot throws. Like, that's if you're going to do it. If not, I would protect him with zone actions. And to be honest, I would try to keep him short field.
Sure.
A raw guy, I would not want to leave him with wide field.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. And that I don't think they do that. That's the part, that's the only part. I just don't think that they do that. I don't think they're going to. Tony White might surprise me, but that's how I would protect him, because boy, you leave a young guy that's not fully skilled. Now, sometimes receivers can do it because it just depends on how his mental smarts are. His mental acumen is to be able to read footwork and pick up quickly, but I wouldn't do it.
I think it's easier for a young wide receiver than a young DB too, because receivers are aggressive. I mean, we talk about the best defensive backs being aggressive, but it's still the nature of the position and of defense as a whole is reactionary. Only the elite defenders dictate the terms of engagement. This is what we are doing on defense. You can run whatever you want. You're not going to be able to stop us. Jeremiah Charles isn't that corner yet. We haven't seen his athleticism in action consistently, getting out of his breaks, breaking on balls, running with guys down the field. We haven't seen it yet. He's not going to set the terms of engagement on the outside for Nebraska. And UCLA doesn't have, a stud receiver, but they spread the ball around, Strick, right? So you can get different guys if you're UCLA matched up on Jeremiah Charles and say, okay, your turn. Okay, your turn. If it's 3rd and 5 and we want a quick conversion, okay, we're going over this way. So if you're Nebraska, you either really got to heat up the quarterback or you got to help. You can't leave him on his own on his island. Now, if you do and he, shows out, congratulations, good for him. You were right moving him to cornerback. We'll wash our hands of it and move on. I just don't feel comfortable about that plan.
Voila. There it is. I don't either. And it's gonna be evident, and I'm interested to see how he's gonna scheme it.
Yeah. 2:30 on Saturday, just inside of 48 hours away from kickoff. Don't forget, our A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show will come to you starting at noon on Saturday, wherever and however you consume your ticket content, whether that is on our streams thanks to our friends at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, or on Allo Channel 961, or on our free app for your phone, or even just on your radio dial. If you're driving around getting some errands done before the game, you can find us there. You can find us everywhere. We'll be right back in just a sec. We're playing the shootout with Strick. We need a caller, 402-464-5685. There'll be 4 questions for Strick, then 4 for you. $30 in gift certificates to Buffalo Wings and Rings would be the prize if you beat Stricky, but I can see the look in his eye. Revenge on the mind. Stricky's coming ready. You better as well.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Hi, this is Investigator Joe Villamonte with the Lincoln Police Union, asking you to vote for Carolyn Bosin for legislator. As a prosecutor, Carolyn Bosin has always supported law enforcement to keep our community safe. Carolyn Bosin has the experience we need. Carolyn Bosin is the only choice for legislator to keep our community safe. Join the law enforcement community in voting to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th.
Paid for by Bosin for legislature.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Hello. Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Actually, it's not. Actually, it's a shootout with Strick. I don't know how that one got in there. No Kevin today, in fact, so Stricky's a little depressed, Stricky.
That hurt my poor heart right there.
Just kill the bumper. Well, we still need a caller for shootout, though. So 402-464-5685. I don't know who we put that one on. All right, we're getting a caller. Rico, get on it. Caller. Strick needs a contestant. Strick needs to contest it. Strick, you got to be ready to get back on the horse, man. You got to be ready. Come on.
That long walk today, just
long walk. How long are we talking?
2.5 miles. Not long.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Too bad. But it was a little iceberg this morning.
Ooh, you bundled up. You feeling the chill?
I felt a little bit of it, but then once I got in the sun, it was all right. Because
Nice.
I kind of went through a neighborhood, so you got the shade. Oh,
What percent was shade? What percent was sun?
I would have to say 30% shade.
Okay, that's not horrible.
Once I got to the end of the neighborhood, it was good.
Nice.
I some reason I was like, I was gonna go to this local freaking DP.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Hey, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, let's go to our Honda of Lincoln hotline. Wendell or Wendell?
Wendell.
Wendell, welcome to the shootout with Strick. Have you played before? You know the rules?
Yeah, I'm 0-2 against Tricky, so third time's the charm.
Ooh,
there it is.
All right, no striking out, Wendell. So hold on the line. We'll get Stricky his 4, and then we'll get to you. Strick, your round starts in 3, 2, and 1. He led Yankees pitchers in strikeouts this postseason. Carlos Rodon or Garrett Cole?
Rodon.
Yep, he led the Dodgers in batting average this postseason. Tommy Edman or Mookie Betts?
Betts.
It was Edman. He hit the most home runs for the Yankees this postseason. Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton?
Stanton.
It was Stanton, and he won World Series MVP last night.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No! Does not get it off. Did not get it off.
I was trying.
What's his name, Stricky? What's his name?
Betts.
No, it was not Mookie Betts. Wendell, do you know who
Freeman.
won World Series MVP?
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman is right. No bonus points for you, but you need 2 to tie.
He's gonna
You
kill
need
me
3 or
on this
more to win. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, your round starts here in 3,
He
2,
knows it,
and
too.
1. He led the Yankees in batting average this postseason. Anthony Volpe or Juan Soto?
Soto.
Yep. He led Dodgers pitchers in strikeouts this postseason. Yoshinobu Yamamoto or Blake Trinan?
Blake.
It was Trinan. Yep. He tied Freddie Freeman for the most home runs by a Dodger this postseason. Mookie Betts or Max Muncy?
Muncy.
It was Betts. And he recorded the save for the Dodgers last night.
10,
Recorded the save for the Dodgers last night.
7, 5,
4,
3.
so,
No! Does not get it off. We will go to the tiebreaker. Stricky, do you know who recorded the save? No, you got 2.
He only got 1.
He got 2. He got Soto and Trinan.
No!
Yes.
No!
The answer for who recorded the save was Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler, the answer. We go to the tiebreaker.
No one.
Nope. All right, Wendell, we will give
He
Strick the
didn't get
question.
that one. The second one right.
Yes, he
got
did.
it wrong.
He said Blake. Blake Trinan was the answer.
No.
Yeah.
I need a replay. Okay, go ahead.
We go to the tiebreaker. Wendell, hold here. We will give Strick the question.
Wendell, this sounds like the Husker game right now, man. All of the plays and the holdings and all of the things that they've been doing, I need a replay right now. All right,
don't blame the ref.
All right, Wendell, you will go over, under, or push Strick's answer to this question. Stricky, how many consecutive World Series games had Freddie Freeman homered in before his streak was snapped last night? How many consecutive World Series games had Freddie Freeman homered in before his streak was snapped last night?
I know it.
Oh, there's pressure. There's pressure.
How many
consecutive World Series games that he played in had Freddie Freeman homered in before his streak was
13.
snapped last night? Stricky says a homer in 13 straight World Series games. Wendell, over, under, or push for the win?
Under.
Ellie, give that man his bumpers.
4, ain't it?
Oh, you actually don't know. The answer was 6. Freddie Freeman
almost said
homered
7.
in 2 games in the last 2 games in the 2020 World Series and then 4 straight to start this World Series. Wendell, you do not strike out. You fight off the 0-2 count. You come through with, I'll give you credit for a double on this one. You win the $30 to Wings and Rings. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, hold on the line.
I
We'll
think
get
I
your information.
misunderstood the question, but you did repeat it. So I have brain fog right now.
You know what you need? You need a break. You need some
I
milk
need a
coffee.
meal, man.
We're going to go to break. Stricky's going to get his coffee. When we get back, we're diving into some basketball. Evan Miyakawa, stat head in college basketball, put together how to build a roster in modern college basketball. Did Nebraska follow those steps? What does it mean for the team moving forward? And then it's been rough, like rut-row-raggy rough for NBA rookies this year. We'll dive into that and plenty more in hour 2 of the show.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bozin, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Explain to me again why we're sleeping on the ground.
Because we're thramping. Thrift camping. It's saving us money and getting us closer to nature.
But we don't need to thramp. I just combined our home and auto insurance with our State Farm agent, so we have a rate that fits our budget.
All right. Do you think our agent can bring us an air mattress?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Hey guys, it's Nick. The high school football playoffs are here, and we're continuing our high school football coverage live from Seacrest Field this Friday as 7 seed Lincoln Southeast hosts number 10 Millard North. Kickoff between the Knights and the Mustangs is slated for 7 p.m. as our pregame coverage starts at 6:50. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday from Seacrest Field as we bring you playoff action between Lincoln Southeast and Millard North right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did 0% with roof credit.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. This week's 93.7 The Ticket Athlete of the Week is Nathan Axman of Waverly High School. Axman racked up 244 rushing yards on 30 carries on Friday in a come-from-behind win against Lincoln Pius X. Axman scored one rushing touchdown, but also threw the go-ahead 10-yard touchdown pass to add to his total touchdown total. Waverly improves to 7-2 on the season as they earned the 6th seed in the Class B playoff and now host number 11 Norris on Friday. The Ticket's Athlete of the Week is powered by 3 Pillars Performance. Unlock your peak performance with the expert instruction at 3 Pillars Performance in Lincoln and online at 3pillarsperformance.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for 3! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Welcome back, hour 2 of On the Block. Stricky, you filled up? You good?
I'm filled up, but we'll I've got to get the fuel intake system working. I haven't taken it yet.
Okay. But you got it.
But I've got it.
The usual?
Shout out
The
to
usual?
Luke. Luke takes good care of us over here at the mill. Shout out to them. All of the staff does well here at the mill. Stricky is appreciative of his specialty of making my bougie coffee. Everybody says the coffee I get is bougie. I don't like that. That's the part I don't like. No, I'm not going straight black with no cream or no sugar.
Mm-hmm.
No, I order the bougie coffee. So laugh at me if you want to.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to tell you
Shout
what my
out
recipe is because y'all might be trying to steal my stuff.
Hey,
we got to put a name on it if you're going to try to steal my stuff.
Ooh. What are we calling it? What are we calling it? What is the name of your brew?
I don't know. I got to think of something. We'll come up with something. It takes me time.
The E-Strick Espresso. That's not espresso, is it?
The Tricky Stricky Express.
Okay.
The tricky Stricky. Nah, I don't know. We got to work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
We'll get there.
Well, hey, give me a good name. What's a good name? I'm gonna throw it over there to Luke. See if they put it on the, put it out on the menu.
Yeah.
Don't
Stricky get some royalties.
Yeah, give me a good name.
If Stricky missed out on NIL, he's not missing out on cost of
I'm trying
royalties.
not to dog on it.
That's what we're about. Let's talk some Husker hoops here, Stricky, for a little bit. Got 15, 20 minutes in this segment. We know that it's a roster for Nebraska men's basketball. They got flipped again, right? With the departures that Nebraska had out of the transfer portal to graduation as well. Nebraska had to put the team back together. I saw this from Evan Miyakawa earlier in the offseason, but now I think is a good time to get into it. Successful teams in modern college basketball, right? Older than younger.
We've talked
most
about
often.
the recipe.
We've gotten into that. Evan Miyakawa says there are 3 key tenets to building a good basketball team. And they'll make some sense once we get to them. We're going to take these in reverse order because you'll know why here in a minute. Step number 3, according to Evan Miyakawa, prioritize recruiting players who will play at least 2 seasons for you.
That's got to be a standard, a minimum.
So this is obviously out of the high school ranks, but I think even out of the transfer portal now, we can say get guys that are going to be with you for 2+ years. When you look at Nebraska's
strong.
Good strong. Jet fuel. Stricky used to be at 747. He's at F-16 right now. He's back. We got him.
Let's go.
Okay, so on Nebraska's roster, guys that have at least or could play 2 or more years, for the Huskers. Juwan Gary, back for another year. Okay. Bryce Williams, back for a second year. So Nebraska took that into account last offseason. Worked out pretty well for him so far. Rink Mast, okay, has the ability to come back. We'll see if he does. But you saw what Nebraska was going for. He wasn't probably just going to spend 1 season at Nebraska, right? This would have been his second season. The other guys on the roster then, Raleigh Worcester, Braxton Mia, Aaron Eulis, could have had last year if not for the gambling thing, okay? Connor Sejan, Gavin, you're a Connor Sejan? Connor Sejan fan?
Whoa! Wait a minute! What
Ellie,
we got going on
to the
in here?
conversation.
Way to jump in on a hot
What you
mic.
got?
I've been a Connor Sejan fan since he was at Wisconsin. And then when I found out that
He's Big Ten Grady Dick.
Exactly. I knew it.
I knew
it. Exactly. I liked him like in the way that he played and just everything about him when he was back at Wisconsin. And then when he said he was going into the transfer portal, I'm like, guys,
no pause either. No pause.
What are the odds that he comes to Nebraska? And then sure enough, when he declared that he was going to Nebraska, I lost it. I was so excited. And now he's here. And I'm so excited.
Whoa.
Congratulations, Allie.
Thank you.
You did it. You manifested it.
I manifested it.
And he's
I
been
knew
good
it was
for
happening.
Nebraska.
Exactly.
He was good in the open to the public scrimmage. Knocked down, I believe, 6 3-pointers, what ended up being pretty good in the closed door scrimmage at Utah as well. Esijan is a junior. Berke Boyutengel, sophomore. Gavin Griffiths, sophomore. You have Andrew Morgan and Raleigh Worcester, who are both listed as seniors. So, hit and miss there. But the guys that Nebraska recruited out of high school then, Strick, especially in this class, Braden Frager, but I think more importantly, Nick Janowski, neither one of them's one and done. Both of them, I think, probably need a year to get seasoned. I wasn't as impressed with Janowski in the preseason I thought I was going to be. You can see the outlines of a good player. I think it's going to take him a year to get there. So I think they're both redshirt guys in Frager and Janowski.
They're going to redshirt. Is that?
I think so.
I think it's wise.
I do too.
I think that's wise. I think it's just too much depth right now to integrate them in. And I think it's good to get them physical, get them stronger, to have them observe and watch. You just hope that these young men are patient. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Because again, you can see the outline for both of these players. Maybe they'll have a moment where they can pop up and do something, but I think both of them would best serve their future interests, their career, and the team by redshirting this year, taking that year to get ready, adapt to the speed of the game, strength, physicality, all that, and then play next year. So you have those guys for a second year. Okay, tying into that, returning players should account for at least 50% of the playing time on the roster. Trying to find the graph I had highlighted. Yeah, so here we go, Strick. Top 10 finishers in the NCAA tournament versus teams that missed the tournament. For the top 10 teams, they returned 60% of their minutes from the year before. Teams that missed the tournament on average returned 50% of their minutes. You're like right at 50%.
Teams that missed the tournament.
Teams that missed the tournament returned 50. Teams that were among the top 10 returned 60% of their minutes. What percentage of minutes were given to transfers? 35% of the minutes for missed tournament teams, 23% for teams that finished in the top 10. Percentage of minutes that went to freshmen, 17% for top 10 finishers, which will tie into the third point here in just a minute, 13.5% for teams that missed the tournament. And then the average number of transfers per team that missed the tournament, 3, and that finished in the top 10 was 2. So let's look at Nebraska's roster again. Returning minutes. Juwan Gary, going to play a lot of minutes. Bryce Williams, going to play a lot of minutes. And then it's up in the air, Strick. It's up in the air because you lose Rink Mast, who would have played a lot of minutes, but CJ Wilcher out the door, Jamarcus Lawrence out the door. Eli Rice probably would have grown into a role out the door.
A new point guard.
New point guard coming in as well, right? Ulis was on the team last year. I don't know if you count that as returning. We didn't play any minutes, so it can't be returning minutes. There was none there. And then it's portal guys. Sam Hoiberg's not going to count for enough of those minutes. Henry Burt and Jeffrey Grace are not going to count for the rest of those minutes. So if Nebraska did well on point 1, and that is, I just scrolled away from it. If point number 1 is prioritize recruiting players who will play at least 2 seasons for you, check. I think they did that. Nebraska doesn't return enough depth to have those guys account for 50% of the minutes on the season.
To me, I really think the biggest loser is going to be Eli Rice, and I'm looking forward to when we play them. He really could have been a significant part of what was going on, but I think he was looking at the landscape and looking at that. I'm looking forward to seeing if impatience worked to his behalf or if impatience is going to, work against him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he had a really good opportunity to emerge as a leading. I don't think I think he's tremendously athletic, but I don't think he was Terrence Shannon Jr. type.
No.
But I think he was super athletic, and I thought he was a great fit for the style that they played. Now,
well, it's going to be, the onus is on him now, right? Because he commits to Nebraska out of Tennessee by way of IMG Academy. They see something for him. They have a plan. And here's the thing. If Eli Rice comes out and plays well for Penn State, okay, credit to him. He was right. Maybe he could have or should have been on the floor last year for a team that we talked about it almost ad nauseum, a team that needed more athleticism, that needed more of a spark and could have benefited from his ability to, get by someone off the dribble.
Mm-hmm.
But this was an older Nebraska team last year, Strick, right? Nebraska wanted that specifically. And Nebraska and Penn State are in 2 completely different places, right? Nebraska was making a run at an NCAA tournament, didn't decide it could give those developmental minutes to a guy. So for Eli Rice, he's got to be right. He's betting on himself saying, I could have played last year. I'm going to show you Nebraska. But what good is it going to do if Penn State's not that good? Like most people are expecting them to be, bottom third of the conference.
Yeah. My thing is keeping an eye at the center position and how they're going to run it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saw what Nebraska was trying to build by way of Walker first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you really got something. I think you overexcelled with Rink Mast. I don't think you expected him to be as good as he was.
Mm-hmm.
A fit. I think if he wasn't injured, it would have even been better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just was unfortunate that he had to deal with the injury. How are they going to adjust? Because you got to play a totally different style for what you have on that roster, especially at the front court now.
Which is why I was fascinated to see in the scrimmage that was open to the public, Strick, it looked pretty similar. It's still a lot of 5 out, not as much straight pick and roll as I would have thought, right? And there's certainly wrinkles, right? More going on the wing, but Mia can't stretch. He's a good pocket passer, but not from the top of the key. Morgan's not the same passer or shooter that Rink Mast is necessarily. And Berkey's inconsistent.
So that's what we're gonna see, and it's still early.
Mm-hmm.
He could just be giving you something, not really to put much out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is I think Fred's a good coach, with definitely scheming things and trying to figure out how to get the best out of what he's got. But the stretch aspect of what Rick brought added an extra dynamic that just made that offense work.
Yeah.
Because it opened up the floor, it gave backdoor opportunities, it gave a lot of penetration opportunities. It opened up a lot of things. That paint's not going to be as open because you can literally sag off a couple of those guys and not have to worry about it. So I always believe that good coaches adjust to what you have. So we've been. Let me explain just with a slight caveat. When we talk about the football, I've watched a couple of comments and some of the things where people are talking about. You had Dylan Raiola come out and talk about, hey, stay off of, Satterfield. He's good. And people in the comments, you had both types of discussions. Some for favor, patience, some going in. All right. My thing is, and here's the issue that I don't know if people are actually seeing. I'm not going in on Satterfield because I think he's a bad coach. I don't think he's good. I just believe that good coaches adjust their style of coaching to what best fits with what you actually have. Player personnel dictates the style of play. That's the way I've always believed it to be, right? If you've got a team that's super athletic, not very good in shooting, then you want to run. Like, we want transition. Like, that's the way I would be thinking. I don't want to be in a lot of sets. I want pressure, and we're attacking.
Yeah.
Just like Texas A&M did to us in the game.
Right.
But they got that day, they just happened to shoot their tail off in the last NCAA tournament. Okay. This is why with Satterfield, when he had to make the adjustment to having Harburg, I just didn't see much adjustment. Now you have what you have here. I'm just not seeing. That's why I have the issue. So here's what I'm watching. Now you've got a team that is kind of traditional outside of the guys that are coming in on your bench. Your versatility is in your forwards, not even in your guards.
No.
You have a traditional guards, Ulis and
Worcester. Esigen's a pretty typical 2.
Right? You have a traditional style. You have to adjust your offense, I think, to more of a traditional style of offense. And if you're going to continue to run F5, you better hope that you shoot the pants off of the ball.
That is why I'm fascinated to see how this goes, because I think you're right in that the best coaches figure out what they actually have, not just what they want the player to be during the season. Off season is for figuring out what you want them to be. What do you want them to grow into? But this is an important season for Nebraska. You made the tournament last year. Keep it rolling. Capitalize on it, right? You can't take a step back.
And it's a down Big Ten.
Down Big Ten. There's no Purdue. Illinois is not going to be the same. Right. Good conference still,
right.
But not the elite teams, right? You have every opportunity to maintain your standing or at least stay within the top third of the conference. But I would caveat what you said, what I completely agree with, Strick, and by saying the best coaches also recruit to their system. Recruit a player based on the system that you run that fits what you want them to do based on what they've shown. And then when you get them to campus, maybe you were right and you can run exactly what you want. Maybe you're 75% right, but you have to tweak a little bit. And that's where I think Fred Hoiberg has that strength, right? Because think about even 2 seasons ago, team's off to a hot start. Have Purdue on the ropes at home, get that game absolutely stolen from them. Then Emmanuel Bandamel goes down. Juwan Gary gets hurt as well. Team goes into a little bit of a tail slide. Fred Hoiberg takes that step back, says, what do I actually have? What do we have to do to win games? They do it. They make that run to 500. Really interesting at the end of the year. Catapults them for the year forward. I tend to think that Fred Hoiberg obviously didn't. It was like a spring game, right? The open scrimmage. You're not going to show hardly anything at all.
Right.
So maybe they're working on that because that's what they want their base, offense to be, but they're going to move on from that pretty quickly because I think that they honestly truly view Berke Boyutengel as a 5, not as a 4. In their best lineups, I think they view him as a 5. So they want him to fill that rink mass role. I don't know if I see him at the 5. I see him more as a big 4. He's a big wing, not a big man, at least to me. Mia gives them something different than they've ever had. And Morgan, to me, is still kind of that middle ground between Rink Mass and Josiah Alec from last year. You're very rarely going to find a 1-for-1 like replacement for a guy like Rink Mass. That's what makes him special. That's what makes him tough to guard. So how much of what you did last year are you going to try to do? What did you save? What are you going to do differently? Because I don't see the pieces on this year's Nebraska team playing exactly like last year's team, and that's fine. But again, you better be right because this is an important season for the trajectory of the program moving forward.
That's just a good building block, a Jenga. Basically, I started to build the foundation of the Jenga. You just added on to it. Now it's up to Fred Hoiberg and his crew to determine where they're going to pull it out. And is the Jenga going to fall or is it going to continue to build? That's basically what you got going on here. And I just don't know.
We got one more point from Evan Miyakawa for roster building here. Point number 1, it is incredibly reductive and it makes all the sense in the world. Step 1 is fill your roster with good basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. Right? I mean, yeah, you'd rather have more good players than more bad players. It's how it works. Evan Miyakawa, again, the guy that we're working off of for this exercise, has his Bayesian adjusted, normalized player ratings that he puts out there. Who do you think he says Nebraska's best player is, Strick?
I'm going to say Bryce.
It's Juwan Gary. With a 2.89 rating on offense and a 1.92 for a cumulative of 4.81. Second best player on the team, Rink Mast at 4.67. Best offensive player on the team, but maybe grading out slightly lower defensively, Bryce Williams. 3.25 offensive rating, 0.94 defensive rating. Okay, you can talk me into that. I still think Bryce Williams is maybe the better all-around player than Juwan Gary is. Rink Mast might have been the most important last year with what he was able to do. But Strick, that gives, according to Evan Miyakawa's rankings, Nebraska 3 of the 154 best players in the country. Not bad. Raleigh Worcester down at 161. Okay, it's okay for 364, 368 teams that you have in Division I college basketball to have, 3 players between 87 or 4 players between 87 and 161. Not bad for the type of program that Nebraska is. But then the drop off. Braxton Mia down close to 500. Your 6th man, according to this ranking, is Sam Hoiberg. Love Sam. Has a role on the team. But if he's your 6th best player, Stricky, you're going to need Aaron Eulis to play better than his 836 ranking. You're going to need Connor Esijan, Ellie's boy, to play better than his 1,111th ranking.
I'm surprised at that one.
Gavin Griffiths, 1,302nd best player in the country. Andrew Morgan, 1,365. And how about this one, Stricky? Berke Boyutengel ranked 1,588. These are preseason numbers, right? They're projections. They're based off what guys have done. Berke was hurt. Griffiths was banged up and didn't shoot it nearly as well. Esijan, maybe a little banged up, didn't shoot it as well and was in the doghouse. So, yes, these are just preseason numbers. But man, if Aaron Eulis is your 7th best player, that tells me you didn't do a good enough job at number 1, filling your roster with good basketball players.
Okay. It feels to me, and I hope this isn't the case, and I'm really rooting for the ladies. The Lady Huskers basketball.
Ranked 23rd starting the year.
I'm really rooting for them. Prince looked good. Markowski. You've got a solid base. I think I'll give them credit for building a solid base. A great foundation from the bottom up, right? But women's basketball is a little bit different in the build, I think. I don't think you see as much transferring as you would see in the men's game. It seems to me that Fred really just wanted to build a balanced lineup of a group.
And it's old. It's experienced.
Not super athletic.
Again.
So they're going to have to be super fundamentally sound.
Which got away from at times last year.
Pass well, rebound well, make great decisions. And I can see what he was trying to do with the addition of Worcester at the point guard position, because that was an area definitely of weakness. Like shout out to, Jamarcus Lawrence that gave it his best, go at it. But it didn't pan out. It didn't work. So it's a balanced group, but you're relying on a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
You've hit on a couple. I just don't know if you built your foundation strong enough. Like you said, if you're able to keep some of those guys that you had, I thought if you could have kept Jamarcus, if you could have kept
Eli,
I'm looking at you and saying you got a good foundation there to grow off of. When you rely so heavily on the transfer portal like that, and then I understand that you're hoping for balance in that area of guys that, okay, if that one's not panning, I can go to that one. If that one's not panning, I can go to that one. That's really what it seems like it is to me. But when you go to traditional front court big men, that throws me off a little bit, because now
it's not you.
It's not you. There you go, Austin.
You adjusted last year. You played the two bigs with Alec and Mast, but you hadn't really done that before in your career, if you're Fred Hoiberg. And I think Evan Miyakawa would even say, you lost CJ Wilcher and Keisei Tominaga, right? Keisei to graduation, CJ Wilcher to the transfer portal. Evan Miyakawa was saying Nebraska probably would have been better off, at least in his rankings, returning CJ Wilcher and only getting one of his Seagen or Griffiths. I don't know. But again, this is the art versus the science, right? The numbers might tell you that CJ Wilcher grades out higher than those two players. But was it time for a change for CJ Wilcher? Did he deserve and earn a bigger role at Texas A&M, which is where he ends up transferring to? CJ Wilcher did some nice things for the program. It might have just been time for parting of the ways. I don't want to blame anyone for saying, oh, he should never left. You should never let him walk. I don't know. If you're listening to this Evan Miyakawa thing, holding it as gospel, maybe Nebraska should have tried harder to get him to stick around. But I can see what Nebraska was doing in getting a more multi-positional defender in Griffiths, right? And a Seagen, I don't think he's going to play the CJ Wilcher role, but more of the Keisei Tominaga position at the two. So I can't fault Nebraska for what it did, but it goes back to they better be right, especially this season.
Facts.
So starts Monday.
It does. It jumps off Monday. And and
I won't even be there. I'll be on Monday Night Football, Stricky.
That's
I'm kind of
all right.
bummed.
It's all good.
So, you be in the house?
Yeah, I think I'll be there.
Good answer.
Yeah, I think I'll be there.
Keep you posted.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
I'm gonna watch. I really want to see. I really want to see what we got. I'm actually gonna go down to the presser tomorrow and see what Fred and the crew are talking about and go from there.
I like it.
So I might have some info for you.
I like it. Yep. Stay tuned. That'll be tomorrow, late morning presser. We'll talk about it on the block. When we get back, rough for NBA rookies. Took till last night for the first one to score 15 points. It's historical, not in a good way for the NBA. We'll be back to talk about it next. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxers on Saturday, November 9th with Vertex at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now's the perfect time to go with Nebraska football on a bye week. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Across Nebraska, voters will have the chance to end the current government abortion ban. The government shouldn't be making decisions for families' health care, but right now they are. Ending the ban takes 2 votes. A vote against 434, the first initiative, and then a vote for 439, the last initiative. It's only this combination that will finally get the government out of the personal medical decisions of Nebraska families. Voting against 434 and for 439 ensures that when there's a medical emergency, it's Nebraska families who decide what to do, not the government. This vote against 434 and for 439 makes it so our Nebraska doctors can treat every patient. The government put this ban in place, stripping Nebraska families of their freedom, but you can end it with 2 votes. The first against 434, and then vote for 439. Paid for by Protect Our Rights.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. This week's 93.7 The Ticket Athlete of the Week is Nathan Axman of Waverly High School. Axman racked up 244 rushing yards on 30 carries on Friday in a come-from-behind win against Lincoln Pius X. Axman scored 1 rushing touchdown, but also threw the go-ahead 10-yard touchdown pass to add to his total touchdown total. Waverly improves to 7-2 on the season as they earned the 6th seed in the Class B playoff and now host number 11 Norris on Friday. The Ticket's Athlete of the Week is powered by 3 Pillars Performance. Unlock your peak performance with the expert instruction at 3 Pillars Performance in Lincoln and online at 3pillarsperformance.com.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by any time in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the block, Strick and Austin with you, Ellie running the board. Again, happy Halloween for those who celebrate. What are you going as? What are your kids going as? Hit us on the text line, 402-464-5685. Best response as judged by, let's give it to Ellie. Best response on the text line gets a $5 gift card to the mill. So send your responses in if you want to win some milk coffee. Just quick, easy like that. Stricky, someone that, my group that might not even get much more than a cup of coffee in the NBA, this class of rookies. Woof.
Oof.
We talked about it around the draft, or really we didn't talk about it because how rough it was. And it is bearing out that way. Maybe a couple of the better known ones. You look at a guy like Reed Shepherd, 15 minutes on opening night, only 12 shots throughout 3 games, 4 of 12 in 38 minutes. Your boy, the Big Ten's boy, Zach Edey, has started every game for the Grizzlies. Okay. Not bad for, him and his basketball journey. More fouls than field goals, and 1 more block than his 5'8" teammate. 1-0. Just those 2 guys alone. 2 of the most hyped college players going into the draft. No go, Stricky.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely Reed Shepherd. I think he'll figure it out because he's a shooter. I like played very well in the summer league. Yes, we understand that. That's going to happen when you're still kind of playing against competition as in a parallel to you. Size, speed, all of that, it can catch up with you. Not a very physical guy,
right?
So
smaller
guys that sometimes have physicality can kind of get through that because you don't really understand the grind until you're in the grind. Whereas you play 2 games a week, 3 maybe at most. You could get into 3-4 in a couple days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in at least 3 days at least. So he'll I think overall he'll probably be all right. As I look up and down the list, your number 1 player, I mean you they went real heavy international.
Yeah.
And for me, I look at it from a standpoint, are you going to continue down that trek thinking that you're going to land your next Luka, your next Jokic, your next Giannis, or are you going to really start doing evaluations and stop going off of potential? This is a super potential because it was so weak. It was just, it really seemed to me like it was a bunch of flyers. Now, you throw those guys out there so you can really see and assess what you got. And then you'll probably send them on assignment. So by the time, you get into the holiday parts of the season, maybe before or after the tournament, the in-season tournament, because that's coming up.
Yep.
You'll probably start seeing guys start to head down south. Now, Donovan Clingan probably is looking the best at number 7 out of them right now. He's the backup over there in Portland. So he's not getting big minutes. I mean, he's looking at about 14 minutes a game, 13, 14 minutes a game right now. So
but it's different because college is a slower game than the NBA,
Yeah.
right? I'm not
Yeah.
shocked he's that low in terms of his minutes because that is a faster up and down game. He's got to get in shape.
There you go. Zach Edey, on the other hand, we've always known that Zach has a little bit of unorthodox style to him.
Mhm.
And so when you got guys that can Euro step and do crazy Euro steps and different types of moves and spoot moves and shot fakes and dips, and they're very creative, you're not used to that. Not at that level, not at that speed, and not with that type of physicality and athletic ability. So you can understand where he's going to draw fouls, because where it was easy to anticipate and figure out where guys were going in college, you got guys that are gonna show you, trick you, make you think, and they're on the other side of the rim.
He's in the same body, but it doesn't work the same.
It doesn't work the same, and it's going to take time for him too. I think he'll be okay though. I like his potential to have some form of stretch. He won't ever be, to me, like, I just still think he's still very raw. I mean, he didn't start playing basketball until very late.
Yeah.
Him and he, so I don't think he'll ever progress to become Embiid.
No.
Right?
No. Mm-mm.
I don't think he will.
Can he stick as a rotation
But
big?
I think he could be a Brook Lopez.
Ooh, okay.
I think eventually he can become like Brook.
Okay.
I think eventually he'll be able to stretch. Because he really has a nice stroke. He's got nice touch, but it's form. Like it's not. If his form looked like Robert Parrish, I'd be concerned.
Right. Sorry, Chief.
Yeah. He's not that. Donovan Clingan, we know he can stretch. He just, like you said, he just needs to get it. But some of those other guys, oof.
Risa Shea, I mean, just had the
Stephon
first
Castle,
15.
defense,
I'm high on
for him.
Castle.
I'm high on him later.
Yeah, later.
Super defensive athlete, all that.
Learning from Chris Paul.
He's going to be fine.
He's going to help.
Yeah.
Rob Dillingham, I'm surprised Minnesota wanted him as badly as they have. Terrence Shannon Jr.
I understand
Even
that part.
Shannon Jr. was a guy I thought was going to get more run and be better than he's been early on.
I think Dillingham was brought because he's still very frail.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
He'll get eaten alive.
He's smaller than me.
You know what I mean? But I really believe that that's why Conley's still around, and he's going to eventually grow into feel that. So I understand why Minnesota did what they did, and you got to understand who their GM is. Their GM was Denver's GM.
That's right. President Tim Connolly. Yeah.
So they know how to. He gets it.
Yeah.
Turn it over to Booth, and he dropped the ball. But he gets it, and I think they'll be fine, Minnesota.
Is Terrence Shannon Jr. one that you think could make the move to point guard, or is he best as like that bench scorer role?
I keep him there.
Okay.
Similar where you had Lou Williams type. I'm not saying he's Lou Williams, but I'm saying like that. Lou Williams, Jamal Crawford, Jason Terry, guys that can come off and change the pace of the game and give you a little bit of energy, give you a little bit of spark, do things like that. I think that's where he'll be best suited.
You mentioned that these guys would probably get sent down to the G League. I don't know if I buy it, Strick. Like, I think they should, right? They definitely should. That's where you can get them the touches. You can run the schemes that you're going to run to the parent club, get them in the right situation to develop the specific skills that you need them to when they get back to the league. But I still think for these lottery picks, it's the organizations kind of take it like a black eye to send them to the G League. We don't see it as much with these first round guys like we do with the second round and free agent guys. I think we need to see the NBA start to use the G League more, especially in a draft like this where there were so many questions about even the top guys.
That part, it does them no good. Like the best thing that happened to me, Austin, was to get cut and go to the CBA. That was the best thing. You're just you don't practice at an intense level enough, and you can't duplicate it.
And it's not
it's
their job to win,
right? So yeah, it's the best thing to do to get them the seasoning that they need. Now, not everybody goes down there and they develop well. Some don't, but I still think you should. They're not gonna do you, like, as much as you can train them, as much as off court work, as much as pregame work, you can throw them it's never going to be equal to that run that they're going to be able to get.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even send them down for a week. Just
whole year.
Just send them on down there, man, and let them. And then if you want to bring them back after the All-Star break, cool. Do it early. I think you just do it early in these situations. Send them down there, let them get that work. Bump a black guy. We're developing something. I mean, it's easy for me, especially with a weak draft like this was, to go to the media and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing. We have a long-term plan for him." You know what I mean? We this was not a plan that we felt that he can come in and give us what we need right now. This is a long-term plan for him. We believe in for him for our future down the road, and we're okay with taking our lumps right now. He's not going to be somebody that you can sell that, but you can't sell putting him in the game and killing his confidence and getting nothing out of it. Get nothing out of it.
This article that we're referencing is from Tom Haberstroh, just really quick, and then we'll get out of here. Here's a paragraph from this article on Yahoo Sports. So what's driving the great rookie recession of 2024? Plenty of NBA draftniks urged patience with this draft group that lacked a home run talent like Wemby, Zion, or your boy, LeBron. They're young, too. There were more 18-year-olds drafted in the lottery than those that could legally purchase a beer in the U.S. 3-2. Again, not huge, but you take these young guys that don't flash that off-the-charts potential, we could see this coming. We shouldn't be surprised, and I don't think it's a reason to be down on the class yet because they're so young. We don't know who they are and what they can do, and neither do the teams, which is fine, but then have a plan for them. Don't just throw them to the wolves. That's how you're going to end up wasting a pick instead of getting something out of them.
Yeah, because none of those guys were like Luka. Luka, even at a young age, was winning Euro MVPs and championships.
Yeah.
And so you knew what you had there. I mean, you didn't expect it to happen that quick, but it did. But you could actually see it.
Yeah.
Giannis, you understood there was some time frame on that. He was frail, he was little, so forth and so on.
Came from B division in Greece or whatever. Yeah.
Right. You can see Wemby. You can see him, coming along.
Shoot, even like Kawhi, right? Mid-first round pick, right? Doesn't hardly play for the Spurs. He's a defensive guy and then grows into more. You could see it.
And I think sometimes it's the team that they go to determines how well. We know San Antonio's model. Their model is draft them, develop them. Like for me, Stephon Castle would have fit better in a San Antonio Spurs.
Well, that's where he's at.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's why I
Ricochet,
said that wrong.
guy like that.
I meant Stephon Castle being with the Spurs.
Yes, is the good fit.
The good fit.
Yes.
That's a good fit. Teams for me that would not be a good fit for that is like Atlanta,
Detroit,
right?
Charlotte,
Brooklyn, Charlotte. Yeah.
We need someone to trade up and save Cooper Flag then. Pre-save Cooper Flag.
Please. You know what?
Please.
I used to think Utah was a good one. I'm out on them now.
Ooh.
Don't send them to Cleveland. I mean, don't send them to the Clippers. I think Denver has a good coaching staff. I just think they've missed on putting on
well, the Bucks haven't drafted well either.
Yeah. If you miss on drafting, you're a small market team like those.
Your host.
Shout out to Chet Holmgren that basically took all the beating last year and everybody boy, he gave it to Wemby last night. Good God.
You know who talked about that on Old School yesterday?
Jay Feasy?
Jay Feasy. He's a big Chet Holmgren guy from Minnesota. Yeah. Let's let Jay talk about Chet Holmgren for the crossover when we get back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey guys, it's Nick. The high school football playoffs are here, and we're continuing our high school football coverage live from Seacrest Field this Friday as 7-seed Lincoln Southeast hosts number 10 Millard North. Kickoff between the Knights and the Mustangs is slated for 7 p.m. as our pregame coverage starts at 6:50. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday from Seacrest Field as we bring you playoff action between Lincoln Southeast and Millard North right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Sartor Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see some clouds this morning, give way to sunshine this afternoon. See a high around 56. Tonight, mostly clear with calm winds, and the low around 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy with the high around 62. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back one final time here during On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. Check them out at nebcoinc.com. Stricky on the end. Jay Foreman in the middle. I'm Austin. Ellie's on the board. Jay, welcome in.
What's up?
Stricky, what we were talking about? What were we just talking about?
I was giving props to your boy.
Who?
D's. No.
The Minnesota Miracle.
You remember the old school game we used to
Minnesota
play?
Miracle.
D's. If you know, you know. So check it out, my boy. Your boy, he put that work in. And the reason I say that, a lot of people was talking about him. It was a neck and neck race. Next thing you know, there was some separation. Your boy was banging and looking at pause. He was banging and, checking, you know what it is. And he gave him that work last night, Chet Holmgren.
Oh, yeah. He represented Minneapolis to the fullest.
Yeah.
You know what's cool? You know what's cool about Chet? He keeping everything up in Minneapolis. A guy I used to play against when I was in football, he was in basketball as his financial advisor. He's Minnesota through and through.
He a big time Minnesotan.
Yeah. Well, and here's what people don't understand is
pause. Let's do this real quick. Give me a station.
We already had a Strick. We had to get a break. Ellie's on it.
She's on
sleepy,
it.
Yeah, you sleepy.
Come on,
sleepy smart. Just stay sleep over there, dog. Just let me handle this.
Handle that.
You know, the thing is that people don't understand is that Wembanyama against Chet, and there'll be somebody with Cooper flag comes in against him. Here's what's going to happen. NBA Silver is telling you is going global. That's why the matchup was important. It was just sports will just throw something out there to see how much you bite on it. Prime time, right? No reason to have the Spurs on against the Richmond. It's going global. They did it. They tried to do it, but his feet went out.
Yeah.
Big shout out. He need to come see my boys over there, Advanced Medical Imaging. They'll get his feet
get him right.
Get him right.
But
it's going to go global. And here's what's going to happen. After Steph, LeBron, KD, all those guys, Kawhi, and all those guys kind of
phase out,
which rightfully so. Then you're going to see these international guys. You're going to start to see pay-per-view matchups played over in these pockets. Little Birdie told me that.
Okay.
Now, this is going to be, I'll probably be in my mid-50s. Whatever.
With some time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It'd be sooner than later.
They have to figure out how to do something like that with a new deal.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said, correct me if you think I'm wrong on it. I've always said, I think they need to get back, because what you had for a period is you had city matchups where the city got behind. Detroit against Chicago, LA against Boston. Like, you knew Bird and Magic was on there. New York, but it was Michael Cooper.
Right.
It was Kareem against the Chief. It wasn't just Bird Magic.
Right.
Right.
So that's
it was team.
Right.
Then you started to shift, and you started to get, and this was after really Jordan, because even with Jordan, there was still a form of that team concept. But there was a balance, because you were able to kind of implement a form of a matchup that they have, but there really wasn't those. You might be able to from time to time throw Jordan versus Miller.
Yeah.
But it was really Indiana versus Chicago.
Right.
Knicks versus, but then
Bulls, Pacers.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was then you every now and then you throw Starks.
Yeah.
Just subtly.
Yeah.
And then it shifted. When Kobe and them, then it became Kobe against Durant,
right?
Durant against LeBron,
right?
Type of thing.
Steph
D Wade against,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they need to get back to the balance, and I think that's where what you're saying. They're kind of going to shift back to.
They're going to try. Well, as you get some younger guys come in, you're going to see them magically start get shifted to these different cities, and they're going to take this thing on the road. But the road is going to be over across seas. That's why that matchup was so important. It's a snapshot into what in about 4 years, what's going to be the headliners. And the reason why they're trying to grow the game globally,
they have to.
They will have a NBA Europe over there that will be sustainable. And so instead of Western Conference against Eastern Conference, you're going to see the European or NBA or whatever you want to call it, and versus the regular NBA.
And
they're going to take it a whole new level. Africa too.
Check the contract on Wemby.
Yep.
So he's on the second year. He's got 5. That's about that time frame.
Right.
NBA Europe, France.
Right.
He can go back to France.
Right.
And play for the European side of things. And Giannis may go back. You know what I'm saying?
And the dude that they got coming from France now, he better than him.
His brother?
No, man. He's like, I don't know who the
Nolan Traore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
who
guard.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Wemby's better.
No, and then they got another tall
Traore's
kid
fine,
out there. He's about like 16. I don't know what they doing over there. They coming out.
Talking about that kid at Florida, 7'9" kid.
No, he's a Frenchie. He's another young French dude.
Okay, well, let's keep our
They're
eyes on
taking
it.
over. Some stuff been going on over there.
Yeah.
Something in the water.
Something in the water.
Something
in the Rhine.
Emmanuel Macron is on. Curious too to see how the NBA works with USA Basketball too, to make sure Chet's on that next roster for Chet versus Wemby,
Right.
because that'll be going into
And Cooper Flag.
Coop's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Starting lineup: Cooper Flag, Chet Holmgren,
AJ Adano.
AJ DeBansa, Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards,
DeBansa's the mother-
Anthony
Lord,
Edwards,
man.
and
Hey, that young
Jason
man can
Tatum.
go.
Oh, and then the other cat, his last name is Cooper Miller, the 6'2" shooter, 6'10" shooting guard.
Woo!
2026.
There we go.
They taking it.
He's on
They
the way.
taking it
On the road?
You got to pray Manus over there. We
We
got one
over
here.
There we go. It's been a good
Praying
show.
mantis.
Been a good show. No Thirsty Thursday. Strick going home sad, but that means we get right into old school.
praying
College football
mantis.
picks, NFL picks, and more. Jay Foreman, DP, old school right after this. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
The Rabbit Hole Bakery, located at 8th and Q in the Haymarket, is the ideal place for fresh breakfast items or desserts made daily. Cream puffs, cinnamon rolls, carrot cake, sweet potato pecan cookies, brownies, blondies,